Gisteren vond de Summit of the Future, top van de toekomst in de Verenigde Staten van Amerika, in New York plaats. President Chandrika Persat Santokhi van de Republiek Suriname was tijdens de summit aanwezig en benadrukte tijdens zijn toespraak dat het noodzakelijk is de uitdagingen van de moderne wereld aan te pakken. Volgens het staatshoofd is een van de kernpunten multilaterale samenwerking.
As we get it at this summit, we are called upon to transform our deeply interconnected world for the benefit of current and future generations. The theme of our summit underscores the critical need and truth, multilateral solutions for a better tomorrow. Today, I find myself reminding ourselves of the reality that many of the commitments and declarations made today echo those that have been voiced time and time again. Therefore, our first decisive action must be to deliver on the promises and pledges made. We must act now with urgency to make this world a better place. Inaction is not an option. The Caribbean, to which my own country, Suriname, belongs, is a region that is confronted with existential climate threats and financial economic distortions, among which high debt. These nations struggle with enormous challenges in the pursuit of sustainable development as they lack the financial resources to invest in critical sectors such as health, education, and infrastructure. In 2022, low and middle income countries paid a record of $443.5 billion to cover their external debt as reported in the World Bank's International Debt Report 2023. Mr. President, funds that could have been directed towards building schools, hospitals, and resilient infrastructure to mitigate the effects of climate change. Yet, the global financial system continues to disadvantage and at times alienate these nations. Now that the multidimensional vulnerability index has been adopted, we expect that this mechanism will be effectively introduced in the operations of international financial institutions. My country, Suriname, for instance, a carbon-negative nation with an abundance in resources, is burdened by significant financial and economic challenges. We are successfully implementing reforms and adopting innovative strategies to ensure fiscal stability, sound economic and monetary outlook, sustainable resource management, protect biodiversity, and promote renewable energy and food security. We also face challenges such as inequality and marginalization of certain groups, including indigenous and tribal communities, healthcare access, and quality education, particularly in rural and remote areas, and inadequate infrastructure. All of these are bottlenecks in achieving sustainable development. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development remains our blueprint for a better future. Yes, we are acutely aware that progress has been uneven and, in some areas, alarmingly slow. It is incumbent upon us to accelerate our efforts to meet the SDGs. Small and vulnerable nations must be assisted in their sustainable development efforts, recognizing that the principal obstacles to growth and progress are not of their doing. Let us include the youth in designing the future as part of a whole and society approach-based and multi-stakeholder partnership. Let us foster national and global consensus. Let us be a united force. We must transition from fragmented to divisive approaches, comprehensive, inclusive, and transparent global role-based governance structures. In an increasingly multipolar world burdened as we speak by globally impacted regional conflicts of war and humanitarian disaster, it is a responsibility of all of us to call for a strengthened multilateral system. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Suriname welcomes the adoption of the Pact of the Future, More importantly now is the time to effectively implement the pact to the benefit of all of us.